Hello, everyone. I want to do a recording to show you what I'm aware of and ask some questions. To be very clear, I'm not a medical professional. I'm a disabled individual with a lot of health issues. Health issues that I haven't gotten treatment for because I can't afford it. Unfortunately, United States healthcare is one of the worst. It takes a lot of money to get proper care and information. That's not something I can afford, which puts me in a dangerous situation where I have to be my own doctor. Because I have to be my own doctor, more or less, I do a lot of research before I get involved with anything. That includes vaccines. So let me start off with the respirator discussion. One of the things that I've noticed in my research is that a hospital in San Antonio did attempt to use the Honeywell North N7700 respirator using P100 filters. I knew right away that this was a blog post and I couldn't take this information very seriously, at least for something as serious as this. So I immediately went to Google and started looking for more official sources on it, and I found one. Let me tab over. I should say one in English, because I did find another medical database on the respirators in Europe, but it's not in English. I can link it if you want, but for right now, because this one's in English and it's easier to find, then I'll link this one instead. Either way, after seeing the article, I immediately started reading everything I could find in here regarding the respirators. I quickly discovered that the N7700 is not the only time that a respirator has been used by health professionals or researchers. As a matter of fact, it was used during the bird flu several years ago. That's all in these documents here. You can read it for yourself if you want to. This is not the only one in this database, by the way. There are a bunch of other document packs in this website that you can go find on respirators. When I realized that the respirator has a history of working with various pandemics and with health professionals, I went to go Google N95/KN95s to determine what was being said with these documents. I learned that in the medical world that they consider KN95/N95s to be nothing more than a glorified dust filter. That is the exact quote from a doctor that was recently commenting on the N95s during the pandemic. If they are considered a dust filter in the medical community, then that tells me that there's something wrong with it. That leads me to believe that these articles are correct because they're from an official source and because there has been concerns brought up regarding N95/KN95s before. So it makes sense to me. Let's talk about the other piece of this. Okay, to be clear, I understand that in a lot of cases there are media outlets, web-based stuff that tend to misword or misinform. I 100% get that, so please do not take this seriously. I think that they misworded it. I understand what they were trying to say, though. Okay, so what we're looking at here is an interview with Karen Kingston. Karen Kingston founded Veritage Labs, which I have up on the other tab. Kingston has been in a couple of different interviews related to the COVID vaccine. She mentioned in one of the interviews that there is a biological filing or patent, something of that nature, regarding the Pfizer vaccine. And she said that if you look at that particular filing, that you'll notice that the vaccine cells or whatever is coated more or less, and that coating can cause some issues. I went to go Google that, and I found a public information request on the Pfizer biological filing, and everything she said was accurate in that interview. So after listening to the interview and then, double checking everything that she was saying, I immediately went to go find more about her. So let me tab over. This is the Veritage website, and you'll find that most of her professional or work-related stuff is listed here. In addition to having their own website and all of that, she also has a LinkedIn profile. I did notice that as well. You can see that it's even linked here. So she's not only been involved in interviews, she's pointing out things that you can find with public records. She has a profile with LinkedIn, and she clearly has done work with this stuff before. That leads me to believe that there's something else going on besides the respirators. So let me just tab over one more time. Or actually, no, wait, I'll leave it there. I would say these are my two main points right here. When you've got these two going on, I can't help but ask the question, what is going on? Because if there is a danger with the vaccine, then it should be talked about. If there's a better solution than the KN95 or N95, that should be talked about. I can say for myself that I do have that Honeywell North N7700 respirator. I wear it every time I go out. Because if that's what the studies are saying is better than a KN95, then that's what I will do. Because my health is important to me. And the health of others is also important to me. So I will wear that anytime I go out. And as a matter of fact, I've been doing it since the pandemic. But it's surprising to me when there's all this information and it's not being talked about. Furthermore, it's also surprising to me when governments are forcing the vaccine on people and not giving a clear alternative if they disagree with it. If the respirator is so good, according to all this information, then I would say it would be fair to say, hey, here's an alternative. Wear this respirator if you don't want to take the vaccine. I think that probably would have gone over well in terms of not just public opinion, but also for people's health. Because if you look at the vaccine in its current state, not only is there some dangers associated with it, but some people can't receive it. And so if transplant patients can't receive it, or people that have compromised immune systems, that tells you something. So you can see where I'm going with this. And so I have to ask the question, what's going on and what's the truth here? Is the vaccine good or not? And by good, I mean not just protecting you, but is it not going to kill you? Because it does seem like to me that there is definitely a chance for that to happen with everything going on. So if anyone knows any information regarding this, and I'm talking factual information, I'm not talking about tinfoil hat theories, I'm not talking about political discussions, I'm talking about verified medical studies, journals, or research. That's what I'm looking for. So if anyone has any of that and wishes to educate me, I am asking you to put it in the comments for me to learn from, because my health is important. And I'm sure that others can benefit from this as well. That's all I have. Thanks for listening.